In Charleston, we get this quite frequently where they're doing construction and they dig up bodies.
Yeah, accidentally.
And they have to stop and figure out
who.
Yeah, because if they were to kind of just
right,
shove it under.
That's illegal.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So Key West, Florida, October 7th, 1940. Carl Tanzler von Casel, 70, in whose bed police found the mummified body of Elena Hoyo, died in 1931 at the age of 22, was to be arraigned today on a charge of mutilating a vault. The body, police said, had been in his bed for 7 years, and he slept beside it every night. Miss Hoyo in life was Casel's sweetheart. A sculptor, once again, sometimes these are not entirely the truth. Okay. A sculptor, he met her...
Well, kind of, right? He recreated her body.
This is true. Maybe that's what they put two and two together and thought, oh, he's a sculptor.
Yeah, he's an artiste.
Yeah. He met her in 1929 in a hospital where she was a patient for tuberculosis and he was an x-ray technician. She died in 1931. Deputy Sheriff Bernard Waite said that 2 years later, Casel obtained permission from her family to transfer the body to a vault which was built at his expense in the city cemetery. Waite said Casel took the body from the vault to his home where he reconstructed it with paper mache and wax. Casel visited the vault regularly, but gradually the family grew suspicious, and yesterday...
because he stopped going.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay, I knew there was another...
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And yesterday, on complaint of Mario Medino, Miss Oyo's brother-in-law, a search warrant was issued. Wade said the body was dressed in a blue silk gown. There was a veil over her face and an artificial rose in the hair and bracelets on the wrists. Casel had no friends and no guests, living like a hermit. He was arrested and put in jail. So, just in case you were wondering, why wasn't he charged with necrophilia? Because you would think that he went to all this trouble. Is
that a crime? I mean, I'm not...
Yeah, necrophilia.
Is that a chargeable offense?
In some states, necrophilia is a crime.
Okay.
So to answer the burning question, there was evidence that he had rigged the body so he could have intercourse with it.
La 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 la, earmuffs.
But of course, you would actually have to be caught in that act in order to be charged with the crime.
Stop.
Yeah. So fortunately, we were saved from that. So Carl was interviewed to determine if he had the mental capacity to stand trial, and surprisingly, he did. Though he also apparently took the stand and stated that he intended to take Elena to his airplane and fly so high that the radiation from the stratosphere would bring her back to life. You're just like, the look on your face is just like, I totally would believe anything at this point.
Yep, makes total sense in his world.
Yep. Even his lawyer was quoted as saying that if Carl's experiments had not been interrupted, he probably would have succeeded in reviving her.
Probably.
All right. Okay, then. So ultimately, since he had just removed her body, aka mutilated the vault, and that was 7 years before, the statute of limitations had run out. So he was acquitted of the crime. Elena's mummified body was put on display after the trial, which I find rather ghoulish, but I also don't like open casket funerals, so...
I don't either.
Yeah. Mm-mm. And as I said, I will make sure to post a photo on the Instagram, so you can look forward to that. Elena was eventually reinterred in an unmarked grave, so Tanzler could not find her, and he was forced to leave Key West. He went back to Zephyr Hills to his sisters and maybe his wife, because I could not find a divorce certificate. And when Doris, his wife, died...
So wait, if she is reading about this in the paper, do you think she's going to take him back?
I would hope not. I mean, she may be solidly built and very practical, but even my practicality would be tested by a man who decided to mummify the, quote, love of his life and live with her like married people do. So, yeah. When Doris, his wife, died in 1977, she was listed as Tanzler. If they did divorce, she kept his name. Carl's oldest daughter, Aisha, also called Anne, died in 1998, not too long ago. Well, 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to pretend that it was not that long ago.
It wasn't that long ago.
Okay, thank you. The youngest daughter, Clarissa, died of diphtheria, unfortunately, when she was 10 years old. So she died right around the time that her daddy was running around cemeteries and stealing bodies. She's got a very lovely grave in the Oakside Cemetery. And then there's just this tiny little metal sign for Doris, which makes me very sad. And then there is an unmarked cross. So I'm assuming that that's Carl's grave. He died in Zephyr Hills in 1952 and is buried there in the cemetery, whether at that cross or somewhere unmarked. He probably thought that somebody would try to resurrect him, Dr. Frankenstein.
No one would want to try to bring that back to life.
I hope not.
What a freak.
So
That's crazy even for Key West.
Strange and scandalous love of Dr. Count Karl Tanzler von Casel.
Esquire.
Sure, he's a lawyer
just
too. Let's just throw that in
in
there. Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't try that way. So that's that.
Yep.
Make sure to tune in next time, of course. We will be talking about a very fascinating woman that I am currently reading about who began her career as a Black widow at the tender age of 16.
Jeez.
Yeah, she got started early. So her either her audacity or stupidity is pretty stunning.
Fine line, really.
Yeah, it is a fine line.
Between stupid and clever.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that. I'm going to use that.
Do you not know what that quote is?
No.
Okay. Let's see how many people figure out what that's from.
Okay.
It should be everyone.
Yeah. So I am out of school for the next 2 months. So we hopefully will be posting on a more regular basis through the holidays. So you'll have plenty of binging material. So until next time, ta-ta for now.
Good night.
Scandal Sheets is a production of Side Hustle Media. All episodes are researched, hosted, and produced by Caroline Wilson and Adrienne Jacobson. Want more Scandal? Make sure you subscribe on your podcatcher of choice. We are available on most directories, including Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher, and CastBox. If social media is your jam, you can follow us on Instagram and Facebook. We post photos and other deets for each episode. Our handle is @ScandalSheetsPod. Thanks for the support, and until next time, stay scandalous.